Hello, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. So last time I used this software, I was sounding like Mickey Mouse. Apparently the microphone was clipping and I sounded like a Smurf or some high-pitched character off of Disney. So I'm hoping that today things are going to sound a little bit different. And what I'm going to be looking at today, just as people start coming on, is I'm going to be looking at altcoins. And is it worth investing in them right now? As the Bitcoin dominance goes down, you see, or as it's down, it means that, essentially if you buy Bitcoin now instead of altcoins, then as Bitcoin dominance gets higher, you can then convert your Bitcoin over to altcoins later on when Bitcoin becomes more dominant. And at the minute, we're down at not all-time lows, but we're really quite low down on that list. So, we're just going to be discussing, is it still worth buying altcoins? So that's what we're going to be looking at. But I need to know, please, if the sound is okay. And if it is, then we'll carry on. If not, then I shall stop this and I will put, use a different program. So I've got one viewer. If you wouldn't mind, please, just letting me know. Sound is good. Thank you, Corey. Much obliged. Hey, City Babes, good. Hey, sound is great. That's great stuff. Do you know the curiousest thing is that on my computer it says that I've only got one viewer, but two of you have already commented, so it can't be accurate, right? Okay, so let's bring up the charts and have a look at what it is that I want to discuss with you all. And to do that, I'm just going to press a few buttons, and then voila. Where are you? All these monitors. You press a program. It's just coming over there now. Okay, press that one, and then pull you naughty monkey, over here, and expand. And here we are. So, yeah, what I might do is I might just decrease my size, or shall I increase it as I'm talking before? There you go. You can see who I am now, and then I'll shrink myself in a little while. I see 4. Too many monitors is a great problem to have. Lol. Thank you. It is. But so you got 4 monitors, yeah. Well, I've got 3, and it's enough. It's enough for me. Although I could do with a big television up there, like I could have all of my trades as they're working up there, and then I can, that'd be pretty cool. But then it's far too complicated as it is. Okay, so as I said at the beginning, just looking at altcoins, the dominance at the minute for Bitcoin is very low. So when you look at the power on some scales, if you will, of all the altcoins on one side and Bitcoin on the other, then it's saying that the heaviest one, the one that's the strongest, is all the altcoins right now. But the problem is as Bitcoin gains its strength, as Bitcoin gains its strength and pushes down on the market, if you like, then the altcoins generally will have to, in order for that dominance to start going up, Bitcoin dominance start going up, it means that the altcoins will start to lose their value as in comparison to the strength of Bitcoin, right? And so the majority of us traders of cryptocurrency and people that enjoy it as a trade or as a hobby is that they will move their money from different coins when they believe that a coin's about to pump. They'll put their money into that and then move it over. And with altcoins, there's something called altcoin season, which most of you will have heard of. And with that, what ends up happening is you put your Bitcoin into altcoins instead as altcoin season happens, and then you move it back over to Bitcoin once altcoin season's finished, and you end up with, let's say you started off with 3 Bitcoins, you've put it all into altcoins now because altcoin season started, and then as altcoin coin season finishes, you'll then put it back into Bitcoin, and with the hope that you'll end up having 4 or 5 Bitcoins. And that's the same even if you've only got £100 worth of Bitcoin or $100, $100, that you could end up with more Satoshis for your money. Anyway, you get the point, you get the gist. So so is it worth right now, as where we are, as dollar cost averaging into altcoins, or should we be doing it and going into Bitcoin? And that's what I kind of wanted to tackle. kind of feeling that this is only going to take sort of 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm feeling a little bit babbly today. I can tell by me sort of like tripping over my own words, so I might end up rabbiting on, and it might end up dragging out to sort of half an hour. But still, for a stream, it'd be nice if the stream went on for an hour and a little bit or whatever, so that we can get some time in for the for YouTube algorithm, so that I can become monetized, which would be nice, because it'd be nice to get that passive income and etc. So if there is anything that you want me to look at, that's where I'm going with all this. If you want me to look at anything, have a think about things and trades and whatever, and put forth any questions in the chat. Hey Grace, and then what we can do is we can go and have a look at the answers to your questions. And if it's something that I don't know the answer to, I'll simply say I don't know the answer to that one. And if it's something I think we could find the answer to by just doing a bit of research together, I'll just spend a bit of time with you and we'll all go through the research together. Or if it's something that I think is too complicated for a quick chat like this, then I'll simply say it's too complicated. It's as simple as that. Morning, brother and friends. What a great exchange. Cool. It is. It's all really, really good right now. Shout out to 3 people that subscribed to my channel last week on Friday when I did the stream. I think it was Friday. Maybe on Wednesday. Thursday. I think it was Friday though. I didn't roll the credits at the end because I didn't know that anybody had subscribed to my channel as a subscriber, as a member of the channel, So I didn't roll any credits, and I didn't thank those 3 people for joining up. So apologies for that, and thank you for joining and supporting my, supporting this, because it's something that I want to do as a job and career. And so there we go. So let's shrink me down a little bit. Now I've done all the talking, and then we'll bring up the charts and see what the charts are saying. So down I go. And that's cool. And now have a look. Yeah, got it. I don't want that. Right. So Bitcoin dominance. This is what I'm saying. So if we bring the charts up by pressing chart, Bitcoin dominance will come up. BTC.D. And that's what you got to type in, the plus. Just type in there BTC.D, capital D, and it will bring up this chart here. And so yeah, over the years, when if you think about Bitcoin being the first ever cryptocurrency, it makes sense then for these days here for it to be at 100%, because it was the only coin. It was 100% dominant, But then as the market starts to, as the Bitcoin dominance starts to come out, this is when things like Ethereum would have come out, Xrp would have come out, Litecoin would have come out. And then all of a sudden you get big drops where other coins are made, maybe on the Ethereum blockchain and stuff, and Bitcoin becomes less dominant, okay? And then this spike here, where there's this cross, is when we had the big 2017 pump of Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin went right up in its dominance. But then look, the next day it went all the way down here. So just in a day after the all-time high of Bitcoin, just in one day it dropped. This is the dominance, dropped down by 55% down to these areas. And if you look, we're not too far away now from the lows, so it would indicate now that we're about to have a change in shift, and that Bitcoin's going to start to gain traction. Whilst yes, we could have another dip down, and it'd be nice if we do, because it's a sure way of us making money on making more Bitcoin for with altcoins. So there you go. So that was on the weekly. Big gap there, where there was just a massive shift, and so cool. All right, so this is the Bitcoin dominance. So that's how you get the chart up, and that's how you can do. Now, all of the tools within TradingView that we use on a regular basis, like moving averages, or whether we're looking at Bollinger Bands, or any of these tools, the RSI and all the rest of it, yes, they do work on Bitcoin dominance, because Bitcoin dominance, in a sense, is still a currency. When you look at trading pairs like, let me think of some Forex trading pairs like the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, or the Japanese yen versus the dollar, they're comparing two currencies, and the Bitcoin dominance is comparing two currencies. It's comparing the currency of Bitcoin, and the currency that it's comparing it to is every other coin that isn't Bitcoin. They're all collated together as one currency, and it's called the altcoin currency. All right. and that's what Bitcoin dominance does. It's comparing them. So it is essentially you know, excuse me, a forex, you know, the foreign exchange, but just using those currencies instead. Okie dokie. Right. Yo, brother, says Andy Goodlad. Andy Goodlad, very kind of him, donated a tenner last week. And again, Andy, I'm sorry, buddy. I could have rolled the credits. There's this credit button that I've got on my computer at the end of the thing, at the end of the stream, just like Rocky does. Presses that button, and then the credits start rolling if people end up becoming a subscriber to the channel or they donate through the super chat. I didn't know, and unfortunately I didn't press the button, so no one's name was mentioned. So apologies, Andy, but I am very grateful, and that, yeah, that paid for my pizza that night. That paid for my pizza, so thank you. It really did. Okay. Right, so, Bitcoin numbers. Now let me get to the answer to this question. Is it worth then still buying altcoins during this period whilst it's down here? And the answer is yes. And this is, in my opinion, my humble opinion, and saying that, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. You know the speech, but it is something that I enjoy doing and I'm passionate about. And in my experience, which has been about nearly 6 years, 5.5, 6 years of trading, and 4 years nearly in cryptocurrency, during that time period, I've seen that whilst Bitcoin dominance was going up, so during this period here, Bitcoin dominance was going up where you would expect altcoins to go down in comparison. I saw the altcoins outperform Bitcoin during Bitcoin's dominance increasing. Okay, so you can earn more money in altcoins than Bitcoin. Which ones? Well, that all depends on the fundamentals of the coin, and you need to do your own due diligence before you decide which ones that you're going to do. And I'm going to mention today, as the conversation continues, I'm going to give you a list of altcoins which I feel are going to outperform Bitcoin, and then we will see at the end of the year, or the beginning of, I should say, January, sort of end of January time, if I was right. And yeah. You see, as the dominance goes up, it's not like Bitcoin versus Ethereum or Bitcoin versus XRP. It's Bitcoin versus a load of other coins, right? So others can go up like 40, 50x, while Bitcoin's just making a 30-40% gain. These ones can make X's the amount of worth that they are. So when XRP was going up, when Bitcoin was going up, if you look at XRP versus Bitcoin, and I think that's one that I'll probably have to, because I haven't been an XRP trader for. So it was like one of my beginning things. It was like with drugs, there's an entry level drug. They say that marijuana is an entry level drug. Well, the entry level cryptocurrency for me was XRP. That's what got me involved in it, and then I loved the concept and thought, yeah, this is Barclays Bank on the back of it, and so yeah, that got me starting with cryptocurrency, and then you learn from then on, and then once you spend every day on the internet just scouring through videos and stuff, you start to learn stuff, So I've already got it on there. It's the fact that it says it's got this cross here means that I've already. Can you see that? Yeah. I've already got this on my chart down here. I just can't see it for looking. So I'm just going to come off and I'm going to look and just take my time for a second. So just hold on, because there's a lot to go through. Hold on. All right, here we go. So, hey, do you know what? If you press watch list, you can actually put it in alphabetical order, like this. See that there? X at the end. XRP, Bitcoin. Hey, what? That's got clever stuff, All right, so when we go to Bitcoin, so let's just go up to Bitcoin and just get the exact date, although I'm pretty sure that it was the 17th of December when it had its all-time high. Bitcoin USD, let's go back. Let's go to the weekly. Just go to the week of, then we'll be able to see it a bit better. Right, here we go. So it was, when it made its all-time high, it was the 11th of December through to the 18th. So now we'll go to the daily. And then get the actual day. It was there. Right, that was the high just there, and it was indeed the 16th. I was wrong. I thought it was the 17th. It was the 16th and 17th where it was up there. In fact, the 17th actually, if you look, the 17th did actually make a higher high, ever so slightly on that wick. Look, see the red wick went a little bit higher than this the previous day. So there you go. Anyway, so the 17th and 18th of December was when it went and made its all-time high, right? And then look at XRP, which I'll now change it to alphabetical order again and bring the X to the top, XRP versus Bitcoin. Then what we've got is now a comparison in price between XRP and Bitcoin, right? And if we go and find the 17th of December, so January, 17th of December is there. So if I put if I get the lines out, I'll just come to the chat in a minute, guys. Thanks for chatting amongst yourselves. It's nice when I look at the chats and have to go through something and see loads of people talking amongst yourselves. It brings me joy to see that. So thank you, and it's great that you guys already know each other from watching Ronaldo or Rocky or Jamie or whatever, you know. And we've got Eddie now. Eddie's joined the crew and doing his own thing, you know, nature and all the rest of it, which is great to have him on the as part of the YouTube guys. Right, where are we? So we've got Eddie, we've got FU Money, we've got Ronaldo, Jamie, me, and Rocky. Right, so 17th of, here we go, 17th of December is there. Right, so now if we look, I'm just choosing XRP as you know, as a random coin. You don't have to have any of them. But here, XRP was down here at the point where Bitcoin was at its highest. So if you'd have bought XRP here instead of investing if you'd have bought XRP here instead of investing in Bitcoin, then it's only a matter of from the 17th to the 4th of January, so 1727, so about I don't know, 30 days, have September, April, June and November, all the rest have 31. So there's 31 days in September, however many days that is. What is it, 18 days or something? So in 18 days, it ended up going up. Your investment would have ended up going up from here to the top there, would have ended up going up by 574%. So investing in XRP back then instead of Bitcoin back then on that date meant that you would have been able to then, once it's up there, exchange your money XRP over to Bitcoin and then wait for the next rally, and then you've got a load of Bitcoin ready for the next halving, where we ended up seeing Bitcoin going up to obviously where it is now, which I don't believe at the moment we are anywhere near over the bull run. Right, so in answer, yes it is, but it is worth it. It is worth investing into crypto, into altcoins over Bitcoin, but that's only if you're willing to wait for the next cycle. This is my advice. That isn't financial advice. This is what I am doing. You know, I've got a nice pack of Bitcoin, which I'm happy with, and I'm going to leave that on my nano ledger. I've got altcoins, which I'm going to leave there, and I'm not taking them out until we've had another bull run, and that's when I'll take it out. But I will put it into Bitcoin when it's made me more Bitcoin than it's currently worth. If I exchange all of my altcoins over to Bitcoin now, and it comes to 1 Bitcoin for argument's sake, then I'll have 1 Bitcoin, and I can take that out when Bitcoin reaches 100,000 from an example for argument's sake, or I can put it into Bitcoin after Bitcoin's dropped and all the altcoins end up going up for their next rally just after the top blows off of Bitcoin. And then I can move my alts over to Bitcoin, and then it will be sat at, I don't know, educated guess, 1 Bitcoin's worth would end up sitting at around about 4 Bitcoins. And then I'll wait on my 4 Bitcoins for 4 years, and then I'll take it out at the height, or gradually take it out at the end of the next bull run, which will be in 4 years, just under. So there we go. That's the answer in short is yes, I would say that it is good to invest in crypto other than Bitcoin. I'd say that diversification is very important and patience is very important. And I covered patience in my video last week and said to you that money goes to the patient. And it does. And so many other things in life go to the patient. People that are impatient, let's say you want a car, you're going to bed at night and you're thinking, I want a new car. So then you go down to the car shop and you just get something on finance because you can't afford it. And inevitably when you get it home, the car's, it's not really the one that you wanted because you were just eager to get a car. But then, it's always inevitable that the one that you wanted will end up coming up and it was the perfect one. So then you've got to sell your car now. You've made a little bit of a loss and you've got finance on it that you couldn't really afford that you've got to try and deal with. And then when you go to actually get the car that you want, it's already been sold. There's loads of areas of life where patience is really, really important. And I explained to you all that patience is something that if you don't have and you try to trade, trading will teach you patience. It will teach you patience because we haven't got an infinite box of money that we can just keep throwing to keep our trades open, Back to the chat. Okay. So where are we? Corey, I think I was one of them. Your brother, says Andy. Okay, here we go. Great. Doing great at City Babs. Is it Babs or Babes? I'm guessing it's Babes. Currently looking for an efficient and trustworthy exchange for crypto. Grace, do you not have Binance? Is Binance not available where you are? Glad to hear, says City Babes. Grace, sounds like a good time to begin. Prices seem that they are currently lower than they have been. Yeah, so liked and locked in, says Ronaldo. Cool. Why did you choose XRP as a starting to trade? Why? Okay, I'll come to that. Hey, Ronaldo, Monaro's fancy seeing you here. See, babes, it's awesome to see you all. See all the fans here. Love this. Thank you. Good. Fancy that. Cool. City Babs heart. Lovely. Right. Nice chat, guys. Awesome. XRP. So, are you guys Star Wars fans? Do you like Star Wars? Some of you will. Some of you won't. But I liken, probably a better word, I liken Bitcoin to the dark side, and I liken XRP to the light side. And I'm speaking from a posh, very well-to-do person, one that's straight down the line and does things right every time, by the book. And the reason why I say one's the light side and one's the dark side is with Bitcoin, there are so many areas that you can use Bitcoin for things that are a bit mischievous. Whether it's hiring someone to do some dirty work for you, whether it's something on the dark web, whether it's tax evasion, whether it's just oozing with things that are dark and bad, right? Wait for me, you Bitcoin lovers, because I am a Bitcoin fan. In fact, I don't own any XRP now. I don't think, maybe $10 worth or something. So I'm all for Bitcoin. So I'll come back to that and put it right in a minute. But that's right. XRP is so that's decentralized and completely off the grid. XRP is the opposite. It's like the light side. In the banks use XRP as a method of payment across borders. It's instant. It's very cheap. There's 15. Some of you Google this for me as I'm talking. Right? Is that I think there's something like $15 billion. So either billion or trillion. I'm going to go with trillion. I think there's $15 trillion currently held up in the Swift pool network. Right? In the Swift pool. If I wanted to send money over to George Akakakwengo in the Congo, right? I want to send him over a tenner for exchange of goods, and I'm going to send it him in fiat currency. I'm going to send him from England because I'm Great British Pound. I'm going to send him £10 to the Congo, right? It's going to cost me £25 in fees, and the money then goes into Swift. That's what the banks use. They use something called an IBAN code. You may have heard of it, an IBAN number or a Swift code. The money then goes into this pool, and then George Akakakwengo's bank in Africa in the Congo, or wherever he is, his bank will have to then request the payment, the Swift payment, right? Which then takes time. So it could take up to 7 days for a Swift payment to go across the borders. I only want to send a tenner, and it's going to cost me £25. So in total, it's going to cost me £35 to send him £10, and it's going to take 7 days. So Ripple, the company Ripple, have come together with crypto experts and decide to make a security payment, or it's arguable. They decided to make a cryptocurrency token called Xrp, I believe, and they use XRP to make the transfers from that one account to another. So XRP was a test case for quite some time, where banks like Barclays, HSBC, tried and trialed the XRP out, and they liked it, and it worked, and it's fast and it's efficient. So XRP went ballistic and went mad. But the SEC ended up not being happy with Ripple, and ended up trying to sue them for turning around and telling everybody that in the what they call the ICO or IPO, the initial coin offering, XRP was turning around and telling people that it wasn't a security, and when it was, and so because of that, it was the SEC have turned around and tried to sue Ripple, which ended up causing a ripple effect, excuse the pun, and XRP subsequently dropped and lost out a load of value, and XRP or Ripple then ended up going and taking it to the next court and turning around and trying to sue the SEC for all of the damages and the fact that they were and ill-advised, and that the outcome was wrong. So then the price went up, because everyone was like, yeah, XRP are getting on the back of this, and they're fighting back. So XRP is going all over the place. That's what all these blips were just here, where it was going up and following the rally of Bitcoin, but ended up making this big dive all the way down here around about the time that XRP was getting sued. I've got a dry mouth, so excuse me again, guys. Sorry, excuse me. So, when I was told that there was $15 trillion in the Swift pool that hadn't been claimed by the third party, the company that the money was being sent to, because Swift, because it's cross-border payments, there was governmental transactions, there's massive company transactions where there's millions and billions of dollars being sent over, and these companies are not claiming the money. They're too big, it's just getting lost for whatever reason. Then the guy who was getting me into this turned around and said to me, do you know how much it's going to cost to get the third world debt out and to wipe out poverty? And I said, no, I ain't got a clue. And then he gave me the figure. It was 4 years ago, I can't remember. But it wasn't anywhere near the 15, and I'm sure it was trillion and not billion. It wouldn't have been billion, it was trillion. And so no doubt that figure is now increased. And so if XRP can be a way of all this money getting actually claimed, but more importantly, that the money that's in the Swift pool that could wipe out the third world debt and feed the people that are starving and all the rest of it, it means that this system is broken that we live in. It's broken. It's a broken system. And XRP can aid in fixing some of this problem. I saw that as being very exciting, but didn't know anything about currency. I'd heard about Bitcoin years and years and years and years ago, like 2012, 13 or something. I'd heard of it right early on, and I wanted to get involved, but I didn't know how. I would watch videos like this, and I would watch videos like Rocky, and I just would not know where to begin. Didn't know where to begin. And but it's simple. It's so simple. You just download Coinbase and transfer some money in, and then buy a coin and leave it. That's as simple as that. I did a video possibly 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I bought Bitcoin for you all there and then. I actually went through the process and bought Bitcoin, step-by-step guide for you all, so you can follow it. I believe that cryptocurrency, if you are patient and you can hold, if you just hold it, I think they will all of them, all of the tops. I'd say top. I'd have to go through every single one on CoinMarketCap, which is this app or website here. I'd have to go through every single one and say yes, 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 not sure, yes, yes, not sure, yes. You know, if you to turn around and sort of say which ones I think will and won't. Some of them I don't really understand what they do, and I'd turn around and say that. But that's something that I might even do later on today. But one of the things I do want to do is go through with you some of the coins that I'm invested in myself, and I think they're going to do well this year. And I've got my mobile phone here, and so I'm going to log on to Binance, and I'm going to read them out to you which ones I own. So if you've got a pen and paper there, you might want to write them down, and then you can do your own due diligence or your own fundamental analysis and have a look at these coins and see what they are, and see if it's something that you want to invest in yourself. But if you do invest in them, and dollar cost average, don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Be sensible with your money. Don't leverage on it, because if you're not a professional trader, leveraging will ruin you, will wreck you. You'll end up losing money, and that's not what we're here to do. We're not gambling. We're not poker players, or it's not about that. It's about statistical chances of making more money, right? So that's the game that we're doing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing in about 5 minutes. But let's just jump into the chat and see what everybody's up to and see who's on. Okay, so yeah. Okay, Grace Foundation says yes. Jupiter's sent me a heart. Nice one. Hey, so Jupiter, I believe, is the Ronaldo's what's the word? Ronaldo's boss. Tells Ronaldo, yes, you can have this person in the chat, or no, you can't. So yeah, I can't think of the word. Love Star Wars, of course. Okay, so you got the light side and the dark side. So now you can see where my analogy is coming from. Is that if XRP is where the governments can see your money, where the banks can see your money, where everything is not decentralized, but in fact the opposite. But it's centralized. It's something that you can't hide from anybody, because the exchanges that use XRP will have your identification, yeah, and everything can be seen, right? Okay, so yeah, so it's for the governments, it's for the banks, whereas Bitcoin is taking money into your own hands and turning around and saying, I don't trust banks, I don't trust inflation, I'm going to have my money, I'm going to keep it where it is, and I'm going to look after it, thank you, and I'm going to invest it wherever I want to invest it. So that's why they're opposite ends of a spectrum, different sides of a coin, yin and yang, if you like, or if you'd like, you turn around and say one's light and one's dark. And that's why I say, if Bitcoin being on the dark side and XRP being on the light side, that's coming from the standpoint that you're a law-abiding citizen, so to speak. Okay, so Gavin Deacon is now in the chat. Ronaldo says love Star Wars as well. City Babe says, ho, now you've got me intrigued. That's good. Gavin Deacon says XRP, those were the days. So XRP, Gavin, when I bought XRP, Gavin is a friend of mine, practically my brother. He bought XRP when I did, maybe just a few days after I did, and may still own the XRP, I'm not sure. I don't think he does. I think he's gone into Bitcoin. I don't know. It's not my business. But nice to see you in here, Gavin. It's great to have you here. Star Wars, the Bad Batch is quality. Yes, and so is Mandalorian. Love the Mandalorian. Okay, Grace Foundation says, sounds good, let's go. Corey, hey Tony, listening at work, can you do Doge versus Shiba? Okay, let me write that down so I don't forget. Of course I can. Although it's not something that that I've got on the charts myself, I'll have a look. Doge versus Shiba. Anthony Williams says, good afternoon. Anthony Williams is also a guy who has invested with cryptocurrency and is doing very well out of it, thankfully. But I do believe that you will all. I mean, even now, Bitcoin, you could have bought Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, you could have bought it a year and a bit ago, down at $3,500, $4,000. Yeah, when COVID dump happened, yeah, you could have done. But and now you think, well, it's too high to buy. You know, the guy that I was mentioning last week, the MOT guy that does my MOTs, was saying that he was in AMC and he made some good money out of it, some strong money on the short squeeze. But the AMC is now too expensive to buy. And yeah, it is in comparison to when it was $6. But even at the price that it is now, even if it ends up getting squeezed and goes right down, it's certainly likely, statistically again, that it's going to go higher than where it is now. So it's still a good time to buy. And as it dips down, buy more. But the goal really to make money in this is not to buy all in one go, is to dollar cost average. So if you've got £1,000 or $1,000 as an example, so it's a nice round number, then put £100 a week or £100 a month in, rather than putting all in one go. And then statistically, there's a chance that you're going to end up making more money by dollar cost averaging in. And that also goes for exchanging. If you've got Bitcoin and you want to exchange it for altcoins, don't do it all in one go, because you might find that you'll be able to buy more, especially as the dominance goes up. There's a statistically again, there's more chance that you will make more money in the future by transferring your Bitcoin over to altcoins once the dominance reached, some strong local highs. Like let me bring up the charts again for a second. By strong local highs, you see, I can't say all-time highs of Bitcoin. I don't know if Bitcoin will ever reach all-time highs, because the thing is with Ethereum is so easy to make your own cryptocurrency. It's so easy. This is what open source is. When you hear about these open source blockchains, it's the open source. The source code is open to the public. So it's just a matter of loading up a program. And then copy and pasting the source code, and then just editing the bits where you want to edit it, like the name of the coin. You put your name, Tony Coin, yeah. How many coins do you want in circulation? Let's pick a number: 10,000, 100,000, a million, billion, trillion, whatever. And that's it. You just fill in the blanks and press enter, and then it'll say, do you want it to go on live on the exchange? You say yes, and then it wants a little bit of Ethereum to do it. You put your Ethereum in, and then that's it. You've got your own coin called Tony Coin, or whatever you want to call it. So the more of these coins that get published, the more money is in the altcoins. So just like if we go back to Bitcoin dominance here now, I hope that you're following me, guys. I'm trying to speak to the educated already, people that actually already know what they're talking about, that's listening to me, and also you guys that don't know anything. I'm trying to cater for all of you here. So excuse me if I'm talking slow, and also excuse me if I'm talking too fast. But this was the all-time high here when there was no coins. Well, this was the all-time high here after we'd had a massive influx of coins. This was the all-time high here, and this was the all-time high here. But now there are thousands. I think when I looked last week, there was something like 7,500 altcoins. So now it's very easy for this now, for example, here where this big candle is that's coming out of the screen here, for this point of control they call it, for this to be the all-time high, and we'll never see Bitcoin go above here again ever. The more altcoins that there are, the more money becomes flooded into the altcoin market. And arguably, I do understand that, wherever that's happening, Bitcoin also goes up in value. So I do appreciate that as well. But there's a lot to consider, there's a lot to consider. And yeah, so that's it. But one thing's for sure is altcoins will end up making you more Bitcoin. It's just a matter of at what point do you do it. And you got to keep your eye on the charts and keep your eye on the fundamentals of each coin. If you know that, like when you're doing stocks and shares, if you know that Tesla are about to release the new Tesla car, their new car or whatever, and you've got some kind of information beforehand, before it goes out into the mainstream, if you can get that information, then you can buy Tesla stocks, because you're basing that on fundamental analysis. And then when Tesla announce that they're going to do it, what happens? The Tesla stock goes up. Okay, so this is what you've got to do with all of the altcoins, is turn around and do your research on the altcoins. Okay, so I'm just about to go into the different. Rocky and Jamie need to take a page from your book and write down the requests. Laughing my ass off. That's cool. Sold. So Gavin Deacon was talking about the XRP. He says he sold it for Bitcoin and Ethereum and haven't looked back. May get involved again soon though, as I'm hearing good things about XRP now. Yes, me too. I might also start buying XRP because I think that it's cheap, and I think that it's not going to do its job. I think that I think that it will. So XRP versus Bitcoin, and I'll show you what I mean here. So this is the price versus Bitcoin of XRP, and XRP is right down here. So if we take this ruler button here and go from the price where it is now, just there, and go up to these kind of highs up here, that's 1,197%, nearly 1,200% increase. And it's hit that a few times, you know. So when XRP finally does shoot up, and on the other side of the all-time highs of Bitcoin, then you know you can then move over from your XRP back into Bitcoin again. So yeah, it's good stuff. Right, Ronaldo, doing awesome, mate. It's your talent. Your presentation is really accessible and appreciated. Well done, Ronaldo. That's kind of you to say, buddy. Thank you. And Grace Foundation says he might join us. I will, you know, full disclosure. I will tell you if I end up buying something to hodl. I'm quite happy to keep my portfolio open to the public. It's no secret. But I won't openly tell you how much I've got on stuff. You know, because I think that somewhere along the lines there needs to be a degree of security, but also privacy, you know. Excuse me. Looking up at Binance now. Good. Okay, so pen and paper, guys. If you want to, you can take these down. Ooh, looking good today. Okay. So number one in my spot account is Matic Polygon. That is the one that in my video the other day I showed you my Coinbase account, but I've got some Matic Polygon separate to that. I've also got Luna, also called Terra Luna, Luna. So I've got Matic, Luna. I've got Audio, Audio, and I've also got Ramp, RAMP. I did a little TikTok on that the other day, and Nulls, NULS. I've got Chiliz, and that's that one. And in Binance, there is the ability to be able to stake your money or your cryptocurrency, and staking means that your coins, when you put it into the exchange and hold it there, it means that you are involved then, not directly, but your coins indirectly play a part in the functionality of the coin itself. So it's called staking. And I have Cardano, which is also known as ADA. I've got Algorand, and which is one of my favorite. And I have, I've already mentioned my Chiliz. I've got Dot, and I have a little bit of Litecoin. Don't know what's going on with Litecoin at the moment. I have One. I have Theta, and yeah, the other bits are just bits of dust, not a lot. Yeah, so that's what I have as my portfolio of altcoins that I believe at some point will outperform Bitcoin, but it might take patience. It might mean that I need to wait until another time when I do that. Okay, guys? So there we go. And if you haven't had a pen and paper and you thought, oh, I wish I'd have took them down, maybe you're at work, like somebody said earlier, I can't remember who said they're at work, you can always go back and rewind this video. Like Grace Foundation said, he missed a couple. That's cool. Just rewind the video and watch it back later. So there we go. So that is it in a nutshell of that. So let's have a look at now Shiba, Dogecoin, and Shiba. Right. Okay. Oh yeah, Grace says. Cool. Okay. So let's check this out. So I'm going to go to this little plus button here. In here, I'm going to because you got different things in the economy. You know, you got Nasdaq and S&P 500 and all the rest of it. You've got a contract for difference, what we have in the UK. You've got Forex, different currency pairs. You've got different stocks, futures and options. And then you've also got crypto. And what we're looking at today is crypto. But generally, I just go to all. but it's either or crypto, and then type in there whatever it is that you want to look at. In this case, I need to be looking at DOGE versus Shiba. Hang on a sec. That's better. Close it down actually. Why can't I find it? Doge. Okay, hang on a sec. Let's find out what I'm doing now, you see, is I'm putting Doge Shiba in, and I can't find Shiba. It's INU. Thought it was. I tried that and it didn't work either. Hold fire, guys. I'm just doing this technical analysis for him. Try again. Doge. DOGE INU. Why hasn't that come up? All exchanges. No. What am I doing wrong there? Anybody see what I'm doing wrong? There you go. Saying it on there. Let's go for KuCoin. Really can't stand that company. Tether. Oh, another couple of things that I've got. I forgot the other exchange. I've got SafeMoon, and I've also got Fire. Hold on a second. It looks like I can't find it, buddy. I can't find Doge versus Shiba. I'm gonna set. Let me just open this wallet here. Hang on. Right. I've also got SafeMoon, Bonfire, and Atari token. Anybody who's my age will remember Atari. So, and those ones are really, really low market cap coins. So they're the ones that if they're going to do anything can 30, 40, 50, 100x. You know, you can make tons of money on them if they work. But they're so far down on market cap that they might just go to zero. You know, they might just end up completely losing. Whereas those other coins that I mentioned to you earlier on are more likely to be a sustainable, I use the word bet for want of a better word. See, I don't want that. I want Doge INU. Doge INU. There you go. Shiba. I can't see it. I can't see it, friend. I'm so sorry. I can't see the comparison on there to do anything with. So I can't look at it. You know, it's a strange one. I wouldn't see many people trading, like have Doge and try and trade against Shiba with Dogecoin. So it's just a funny one, that one. I'm not quite sure, unless I'm completely stupid and missing something. I'm not quite sure why you've asked me to look at that one. Let's have a look. Hang on. What did you say to me? It was City Babes, wasn't it? Can you look at... Where is it? Where are you, buddy? Can't even see your question now. Nope. Okay, can't see your question. Never mind. Sorry, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to sort of give that one a scrap on the head and miss it. Looking at Bitcoin itself, it's exciting because it's, you know, we've been in a rut for quite some time. Bad questioning was more interested in their fundamentals. Okay, yeah, cool. We can do that. Shiba, I'm not too sure on, buddy, with regards to its fundamentals. I don't really know a lot about it. It's not something that I've invested in. I've just read out my investments. So it's not something that I know much about, apart from the fact that it's just as an exchange. But, excuse me, pardon me. And Dogecoin. Dogecoin's just Dogecoin, isn't it? It's just a meme coin. But it is very powerful. Dogecoin is a very powerful coin. It's one of those ones that if to get hacked would be very difficult, because it's got a lot of it. It wouldn't take a lot of hash power to do it. Right, Bitcoin. It's come down here, right, which is this sort of, you get on these lines here, these Fibonacci lines that you see getting drawn by technical analysts. You see these areas here. Now the 786, right, and is a really sort of strong reversal area. The penultimate one, the one down from that, is this area here, which is the 618 down to, at best, the 650. And normally you'll come into that area there. That's this green area here that's on the charts, and it'll come down and it'll bounce around the area before kind of reversing. And if it does break through, then the strongest one before it absolutely falls to its floor is the 786. So it's a really strong area, which is why I've drawn this box as purple. Just to sort of remind myself while I'm looking, just at a quick glance, I can just pull up the charts, see the purple zone, know that it's the 786, and know that it's going to be strong support. If I did have any Bitcoin and it broke below that amount, I would be thinking about moving my Bitcoin over to a Tether coin, whilst Bitcoin ended up falling down to the next level of support, which is on this account, is where I've drawn my first line of my Fibonacci pattern out from, which is the area here of 20,000 roughly. All right, so yeah, and it bounced off there a few times and ended up getting the reversal which it desperately needed. Once it had hit that mark and come down, it did what I said earlier, which is this 618 area is an area of bounce, and it bounced off, which was good and indicated a real strength of trend. The trend at the minute now is that it's in an upward trend. So what we're looking for now is higher highs and higher lows. So we've done that. We've gone up and made this high. We've come down and made this low, and this low is is higher than this low, which is great news. And what we want now is perhaps us to come up to this 382. I'm reading these numbers here. This 382 line, and then maybe make a bounce down to here, and then and make a higher low. Yeah, and the high is high, comes down here, and then ends up going up to that one. This is ideal. This is what we want to see. And then ultimately end up breaking this area here at the end of the year, beginning of next year, but hopefully the end of this year. So we've got a couple of months, and it's very, very doable. Volume has been increasing. The last, it's like flattened out the last few days, but generally speaking, we're increasing in volume. The RSI is looking good. As the price sort of comes down here, it'd be nice if the RSI sort of comes down below this one here and gives us some what they call hidden bullish divergence. That's what we're looking for. Once that happens, then we've got a confirmation then that the trend isn't just a fake trend. If I go to the weekly by pressing this button here, if I go to the 1 weekly, then what ends up happening is each one of these candles, instead of them being a day each, they become weekly, right? What we've got is this like what they call the three soldiers, which is a candle pattern that indicates a turn of trend or a turnaround. This has happened, which is another confirmation that everything's going in the right way. But what was I going to say? But what was I going to say? Lost it. Hang on, it'll come back to me in a minute. Okay, so yeah, we want higher highs and higher lows. Then we're going to have a hidden bullish divergence. That's what we want. Confirmation that it's going to go that way. Volume, can't remember. If it comes back to me, I'll mention it. Okay, so ultimately, yes, I think Bitcoin is doing well, and I would just want to see it continue to not to do this rip your face off, go up really high. I kind of want it to go up. Now, the longer something consolidates for or goes sideways without making any major move, the longer that happens, the bigger the rally, okay? So we ended up having this area here of just sideways action, and then we ended up going up and up and up and up. And the same happened over here, where this blue red line is just indicating, hey, it's just not doing anything, and it didn't do anything for ages. And then all of a sudden, whilst this doesn't look very much, if I take a measured move from here to here, That's actually 250%. That's only looks small because it's in contrast to all this up here, right? But it went for a long time without doing anything. And then we had some big moves. Okay, we had a 250% move. And what's happened here is people have got bored as we've had this side action, sideways. Oh dear, didn't want to do that. Let me just lock these lines by pressing right click and pressing lock. Okay, so yeah, we've had this kind of this sideways action. It's kind of gone down, which it's kind of gone down, hasn't it? As you can see, there is an overall kind of downward movement there, right? And you would say that's a downtrend, and it was a downtrend. But at the same time, whilst it's a downtrend, if you look, the wicks of this downtrend have gone sideways. You know, this has come into the box, this has come into the box, into the box here, into the box here, and it's yeah. It was very possible that this would have ended up making what they call a bear flag, where you get a big down drop, it comes sideways and then continues down. But it didn't do that. Thankfully, it ended up getting this bounce, which is great. And what I don't want to see now is the same thing happening, where this was a fake out. Oh, that's why I was going on the weekly. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, what I don't want to see is obviously on the weekly that we end up having these three candles, but that it fakes out, and this ends up turning into a red candle and ends up coming all the way back down here and bounces off kind of this area here. Now I've got a breakout setting long here and a short stop loss, because what I've said to myself is, if the price ends up coming down here, this is a little note to myself to say, if we do end up coming down here, then there's a chance that we're going to end up getting a bounce to go back up, because, well, you know, there's lots of reasons, there's patterns to look for, Adam and Eve's, inverse Adam and Eve's, and head and shoulders, and W patterns, and all the rest of it. So it would indicate that if it does come back down here, that we can end up taking a long position here. So I would go and make a big investment at this point here. But it looks like it's not going to happen. And on the monthly, it's even more pronounced, if you like, is that, you know, these are the highs. We had one green one, and this one could very easily just turn around and come back down here. Yeah. As you start going out and looking into the charts from a larger time frame, it's easy to see that there's a potential for, you know, for that not to this not to play out. However, I don't see any bearish divergence happening on the daily or the weekly, and I see that, especially just there on that weekly. You remember me saying on the daily we had those three major candles there. They're called the three soldiers, indicating a reverse of trend. That you know, if that was a downtrend, this is a reverse, and that we're on our way. Well, on the weekly, it's textbook. That is textbook. It's because this signifies a reversal of trend, and now this is definitely being a downtrend, you know, for a considerable amount of weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 weeks, 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks if you take on that week. So for 14 weeks now we've been in this downtrend, and then we've got these three green candles indicating that we've got this reversal. A load of you've just cleared off, so I understand that was pretty boring for you. So well done for those that have stayed around. Sorry, but it's, you know, it's what technical analysis is. It's boring. But we have got that increase in that. We have got that confirmation there of these three candles, and along with a load of other things that's going to suggest that we're going to be going up the way. So Bitcoin, all in all, is looking quite healthy and positive, and I am bullish for it in the short term, and think that it's going to do well before the end of the year. So in November, December time, I'm looking at some highs of around between 70 and 100,000, but it'll probably end up proving me wrong and going to something higher. Yeah, so not technical advice, but just think about it. GME, I still hold to, just those of you that are interested in GME, Peter Hewer's line of speculation, guys. I just want to bring to your attention that it went down to that line like perfectly. It was perfect. His technical analysis was bang on, and as it's come down here, I still maintain that we will have highs on or around about the mid to end of September. That's when we're going to have highs going up. So I'm hoping that we've seen the low now of GME, and we're going to end up having some massive gains in a matter of just days. It's just going to be, you know, like 30% one day, 40% up another day, another 40% up after that, and then we're going to end up into the all-time high territory mid to end of September. That's kind of where I see it happening, and my reason for saying that is that the W pattern is playing out well, and the RSI is coming down into this oversold area, so it's great stuff. Okay, so that's GME. AMC, I haven't really got a lot to say about AMC because whilst I own some AMC, I am not as bullish on AMC as I am with GME, because GME I can see going, becoming the Amazon, and and becoming a massive competitor to Amazon because of everything they're selling. They're just a massive company now, and they're catering for all different areas. So over to you guys. You wanted me to. So just the fundamentals of Dogecoin, right? Is that it started off as a meme coin, and as a bit of a joke and a play, just to say, you know what, anybody can create a coin, just like I was saying earlier on about the Ethereum blockchain, right? And he was saying that anybody can create this coin, and it's just there, right? So that's what ended up happening with Dogecoin. But because it's a meme coin, and it's got a dog next to it, and it's just funny and it's fun, kids got on the back of it. And what the kids wanted to do, it became a massive thing on that social media platform. Not TikTok, I can't remember one of the social media platforms. It'll come to me in a minute. It might be an Instagram. And what they were trying to do is trying to get this Dogecoin to $1, and it was like cents, like it was a couple of cents, and get it to $1. So every half term or quarter term, every term time at schools, the kids would end up, spending their money on Dogecoin, and it was pushing the price up. So every time that there was a term, the price of Dogecoin would end up going sky high. Now, some of the kids would end up losing their money because they took it out, and other kids made loads and loads of money just on Dogecoin. So Dogecoin ended up getting traction and started becoming viral, and because of that, it ended up having these almost like a short squeeze, if you will. It's the same sort of principle. But through the people investing in it, the kids and everything. So, but the thing is about Dogecoin is that where there's if you type in any of these coins, really, I don't know, type in if you were to look at what would be a good one, Litecoin, Litecoin would be a pretty good one. How much would it cost to do a cyber attack on Litecoin? To hack Litecoin? And what the principle is there is that if you've got enough hash power to overpower the running of Litecoin, so you would need a massive amount of hash power to do that, loads of servers, and then you could turn around and do an attack on Litecoin, but it's mutually assured destruction. It's like the mutually assured destruction agreement on that the governments have got about nukes, and that is that if you end up hacking Litecoin, and you end up taking a load of their money and hacking it, yes, you can do it if you have enough power. So all the miners would have to get together and use their computers to orchestrate this massive event and hack your Litecoin, hack Litecoin. But then obviously it would be hacked, and therefore everybody would sell, and therefore the price of Litecoin, instead of it being $160 per coin, it would be worth literally nothing. So the amount of money it would cost you to pay for all of the hash, the companies to do this cyber attack, you'd end up with a load of Litecoin that's worth nothing. So it'd end up costing you more money because Litecoin wouldn't ever recover from that. Yeah. Right. So that's looking at the amount of hash power that Litecoin, which I've just chosen out of the box, would be. But if you look at the amount of hash power that it takes to hack Dogecoin, it's almost infinitely more. It's incredible amounts more. So the actual chance of a Doge getting hacked is a lot less, because it's going to cost a lot more. In fact, it's almost unhackable. So it's a safe bet from hackers. However, it's not without its volatility, and with volatility can breed losing your money, because obviously it gets volatile, and if you're an emotional person, then you'll take your money out early and lose. Or if you can be patient, again, money goes to the patient, then you can turn around and just wait and hodl, and then wait until summer term, or when all the kids are off school, or when everybody, and then bum, it goes up. And I don't know, that might be the reason why Elon Musk is messing around with Dogecoin, because he knows the fundamentals from a cyber security point of view is he might like that. That might be the reason. I'm speculating, I don't know. Yeah, and then Shiba is, as far as I know, I don't really know much about Shiba, is a coin that it's like an exchange. If you want to turn around and change, let's leave this and go and find it. Shiba. I knew. Is a there it is. If you want to get a coin that isn't on normal exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and all the rest of it, then you need to use some kind of swap. You need to use some kind of swap, Uniswap, etc. And it's quite complicated at times to be able to do this swapping. And I believe that's what Shiba is all about, but I don't know. I really don't know. It might just be another meme coin. I really have got no idea. Doge, Shiba, I knew it posts big weekly gains in meme coin resurgence. Is meme momentum back in full swing? Doge's upstick is heading up the market, while a token burn seemingly gives Shiba a bump. So it looks like Shiba is just the meme coin. Yeah, it's just a meme token. Okay. Layer 2 protocol. Polygon announced today that meme.com marketplace, or meme NFTs tokens, has launched on Polygon following a successful IDO, and will collaborate with Polygon Studios to leverage their team's expensive NFTs. Okay, so yeah, it's just another meme coin, and yeah, it's just not something that I've been invested in. Probably would make some good money. And again, it's all about to ask me about anything like this. I'd need to meet you and know what your personality is like, if to sort of advise whether someone should go into this type of coin or not. Because if I can feel that you're a level-headed and a patient person, and you're financially stable, and you won't ever be in a position where you'll need to take your money out of these coins, then there's a high chance that, especially when you look here, there's a high chance that we'll end up going and reaching all these all-time highs again. At the minute, we are in a discounted area, which is really where I was going today with the altcoins. Is when you look at all the altcoins against Bitcoin, they're right down. So it's the areas to get discount, and they will end up going up against Bitcoin, but we need to wait until after Bitcoin's done its thing before we can start taking the money out. So if you're patient and you can think long term, then you will end up making money on altcoins. Okay, that's really where I'm going with this. Things like this Shiba and other like Dogecoin and all these other meme coins, they're the ones that do really, really well. And but also people get emotional to them because they go up so much. You can have 60-70% in a day at times, right? Where you have massive candles, and when you think, it's just too late to get involved in that now while it's at 30%, halfway through the day, then like you go back to it at lunchtime and it's gone from 30% up to 80%, and you think, hang on, when is this thing going to stop going up? It's just going up and up and up and up. And then you end up going in because you think, I should have gone in at 40, but I thought it was too late. Now it's at 80%, and I think it's too late. But if I don't get in now, I'm not going to get in at all. And then subsequently, either that day it ends up bottoming out, you get a big candle, a big wick, and then you're down here instead of being up here. You've lost potentially, if you take your money out, you've lost a load of money. Or the next day you end up going to sleep and waking up and it's gone straight down, right? But if you can wait, then we'll just wait until the next high. You take your money out then and you're good. You're golden. Shiba swap. That's probably where I'm thinking of it. So Shiba swap. So I was right. It is a swap in. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. That makes me feel a little bit better. According to Shiba or INU, their website, Dogecoin killer, and will be listed on their own Shiba Swap, a decentralized exchange in Shiba for something else. Makes me feel better. I was right. Cool. Okay. But again, it's not something that I clearly don't know much about. I was fairly sure that it was a swapping platform, but wasn't sure on I've never used that. I've used MetaMask. I've used that before, but I've never used Shiba Swap. Anyway, okay, cool. So really can't give you much on that, Corey. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have another drink of this, and give me a sec, guys. Sorry. Do you think it's possible to get addicted to this stuff? It's Cherry Max, Pepsi Cherry Max, sugar-free, no sugar. And I reckon I go through about 30 to 40 cans a week. I don't drink much alcohol. I don't drink very often. So I kind of think of myself as being teetotal and being, all goody-goody. But I think I might actually be addicted to this Cherry Max. Yeah. All right, so guys, where are we? Let's have a look. We got 7 viewers apparently on that one, and this tells me that the concurrent viewers is 8. So we've got a divergence happening here. So I don't know how many are on here, but hey guys, how are you all? And how's your week been? I've spoken to some of you on the chat, obviously on Rocky's chat and stuff, and in the Discord, but I haven't spoken to any of you sort of to say, hey, how's things going? Are you okay? So yeah, and no one's sort of talking on the chat now. You've kind of gone a bit quiet. So I don't know why. Is there any reason why you've gone quiet? Is anybody scared to say anything? Because I'd like to know. Ronaldo says it's going good, brother. Good man. There's a bit of positivity there from Ronaldo. Ronaldo is going good. Now Ronaldo, I think everyone knows who he is that's on here. But if you don't know who Ronaldo is a singer and a guitarist, and a good guitarist at that. And he's got a soulful voice and a bit of R&B and a bit of funk and a bit of a soul to his voice. Is pretty cool. I enjoy watching him. If you don't know who he is, click on his name and do a Google search on his name, like and subscribe to his stuff. And if you're sat around on a Saturday night and not doing anything, sometimes he goes live, and it's pretty cool just to sit there and chill and listen and watch. He's a nice guy. Cool. That's Ronaldo. Apart from that, no one's saying anything. So I think if no one's saying anything, then I think that's time for me to knock it on the head. I think it's time for me to knock it on the head. Yeah, okay. Somebody else. Tony, right, the stream looks great and the audio is nice. Not really about to attend at the moment. Cheers. Chorus, but cheers. Came to hit the like. Nice one, buddy. Didn't quite get what you were saying there, but I did get the point that you came in to press the like button, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you very much. And one thing that it doesn't tell me on the Discord, or not Discord, the Streamlabs, the program that I use, is who's subscribed and all the rest of that stuff to my channel, or who's donated. I've got no idea. So I'm gonna press the credits button, but nothing's come up to say that anybody's done anything. But I'll press the credits button to see what happens, and this is just an experiment. And so I'll do that one and see what happens. Sorry, not able to attend to you. I have chores. So you got to wash the pots and do all of that sort of stuff, yeah? I understand. You're welcome, buddy. We're going to go anyway now. So, guys, thank you for coming in. I'm not sure when I'm going to do the next one. I just need to have a think about what information I can bring to the table that you guys are going to benefit from. And I suppose today what you can benefit from is going back and looking at the list of the coins that I'm invested in, and do your due diligence and your fundamentals, if you will, and look into if you feel that they're worth investing in, and doing that, going and spending whatever you feel that you want to or can realistically afford. So that's the answer to the question. Yes, it is worth buying the altcoins over Bitcoin, not as your main income, but main investment, but certainly to have some altcoins there in your portfolio, and any time's a good time to do it. That's the answer, really. But ultimately, I'd say that Bitcoin is going to be the least dangerous. Yeah, least dangerous. But without risk, there isn't reward. So it's whilst it's risky to go into these altcoins, if you diversify, then statistically more of those coins are going to do well in the long term. So that's your answer. All right, guys. So thank you very much for everything, and I will look forward to speaking to you on Thursday. Maybe Thursday this week. Is it Thursday? Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. I'm not sure, but I will let you all know. All right, guys. With that, I'll say thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.